So, welcome everyone to the Psychic Cafe. Grab your coffee or tea, pull up a chair, let's hang out. I've got Ellie with me today. We're talking about websites, platforms, social media, for professional tarot readers. And so that's going to be fun today. Let's see. Michelle's in the chat. Hi, Michelle. Dr. Rose is supposed to pop in there. Michelle's got a full house, so she couldn't join us on camera, but she's in the chat. Maybe her husband Dan will pop in there. We'll give some time for people to join us on the show here, Ellie. I've got the card of the day. Okay. Let's see. We'll do the card of the day while we're waiting for people to come on in here. I got the Justice card today. So the Justice card serves as a powerful affirmation that balance is being restored to your world. It signals a time where integrity is rewarded and truth cuts through confusion like a sword, bringing you much needed clarity and peace of mind. Trust that the universe is currently aligning the scales in your favor. Your past efforts to do the right thing are culminating now in a fair, harmonious, and justified outcome. There you go. Card of the day. Hope that message lands for some people out there. And good morning from New Zealand. Linda is in the chat from New Zealand. We are so international, Ellie. So before we do anything else, how you been? And what you been up to?
Yeah, I've been well, just doing a combination of studies and one of the things I'm excited to talk about today, web development.
Yeah.
So listeners may or
Oh,
may not
I just
know.
all my cars just went flying all over everywhere.
Oh, Dax.
No, continue on. What are you studying and what do you want to say about web development?
Yeah. So I was about to say that you may or may not know that I'm actually a web developer when I'm not shuffling cards and working with tarot. So I have a lot of knowledge to share with everyone today in regards to questions about websites and how to get started, maybe even low cost or free resources that you can try out if you're looking to build a
Yes.
website. So
It
really
isn't
excited.
like the old days. And, I'm not even sure if you were born when I made my first website, but but it was a long time ago, and it was not cheap. And there wasn't great alternatives like there are nowadays. Of course, social media has taken over, and a lot of people don't even have websites. In some cases, yeah, you don't even really need a website. We'll talk about that too. Um, Doing a little shuffling here. Before we do, though, let me jump in for just a second because I forgot to let everybody know. New website, okay, for the Tarot Guild, tarotbiz.com. That's the new Tarot Guild website. Come over, check it out. I'm going to share my screen and show it to you in a little bit because there's some cool stuff you can do with your membership where you might not even need a website. But if you do want a website, Ellie and I, we can make you websites. But we'll get into all that in just a minute. I wanted to remind everybody while we're still early in the show that if you're a member of the Tarot Guild, one of the perks is you can join us on these Zoom calls. You can join us right now. Now, if you go over to tarotbiz.com/Zoom, which, by the way, let me grab that and put it in the chat for the people that are members, and that'll give you all the information about joining us on the Zoom. Basically, the way it works is you can join us on the Zoom call while we're simulcasting on YouTube. So everybody else, joins us in the YouTube chat, but you get to be live on cam with us. You can ask us questions, you can get mentoring and coaching, even readings, and you get priority because you're a member. So if you're one of our viewers, our regular viewers on YouTube, and you're not a tarot reader, you don't you don't want to learn tarot, you don't want to go professional, that's okay. You can still join the guild for the cost of a latte a month. In fact, it's on sale right now for $67 for an entire year, $67 on our fall sale. Go over to tarotbiz.com, click join, and then we're going to put you in our private group and you can join us on these Zoom calls. How about that? And you can also, if you've been in the industry a long time, and you're one of our professional members, you can put in your 2 cents and let people, know what you do, give your insights, things like that. And if you're a student just learning, you can ask questions about my course. You can ask questions about tarot, numerology, any of the things that all of us do here on the shows. Um, we moved the group now that we're moving from our old website, psychic.cafe, to the new website, tarotbiz.com. That's a static website. We'll talk about what that is. Ellie has insights. Um, the what am I trying to say here? The Psychic Cafe was our attempt to do a community just for tarot readers. Um, but we've had it for like a couple of years, and it the software that I'm using, it's a shell on top of WordPress, and it's expensive, and I have to renew that every year. And even the domain, Ellie, www.psychic.cafe, it's a .cafe. It's like $60 or $70, and it's coming up for renewal in December. And a couple of months ago, I was like, no one. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of people on Psychic Cafe, but 5 of us are using it. And there's more people um, doing the social thing and posts and comments and likes and everything on our Facebook group with 6,600 members. So it's like, why are we paying for this if nobody's using it? So I decided to make the new website, tarotbiz.com, and it's our hub. It's got everything that we do at the Tarot Guild. I'll show you in a little bit. But we decided to start using and putting more effort into, because we were kind of neglecting it, put more effort into our big group that we've had since 2012 with 6,640 members. And in addition, we've set up a private group for the course, for the Tarot by the Numbers course. And we've set up a private group for paid, premium members of the guild. And that has about 100 people on it right now. I'm trying to get everybody moved over that is a paid member. You're either a lifetime member, you pay annually, or monthly. And if you're doing any of that, if you're one of our paid members, get a hold of me and I'll get you into that group. And it's slow migrating everybody. I think I'm gonna have to email all the members individually, which is a lot, but I think I might have to do that because a few people have trickled in and figured it out, and of course our staff did, but a lot of people have not made the migration yet. So where you're going to find the Zoom links is on those two private groups. So if you're a student and you're enrolled in my course, get into the group, because that's where the Zoom links are to join us on these Zooms. And if you're a member, go to the members group and you'll find the same links there to join us on these Zooms. Yeah. So just wanted to make that announcement. I know it's a little drawn out, but there's big changes happening, and we're getting ready for 2026, which is a world year of one. We're in a 9 year. We are ending a 9 year cycle. We're about to start a brand new, fresh 9 year cycle with the 1 year, 2026, in January. And that, is why the new website and making a change and all the things that we're doing. And I'm actually pretty jazzed about it, Ellie. Oh, what do you think, by the way? Want to get your input on the new website, on the new direction with the guild, going back to using Facebook, etc.
I think it's great. I mean, We gave it a try for Psychic Cafe, but I mean, you can't really beat that. Facebook has a lot of people, a lot of interactivity, and I think
Mhm.
it's a platform a lot of people were already just very used to. So um, maybe that's why a lot of people prefer to stay on Facebook, which, you know, if it works, it works.
Yep.
So yeah, but I really am excited about tarot.biz, since that is really going to help
I
focus
love the
on,
URL. I love tarot.biz.
yeah, it's amazing. I love how many different kinds of URL extensions you can get in the domain name.
There's
Um,
hundreds now. It's
yeah,
ridiculous. There
there's so
was
many.
three when I started, right?
Yeah, we started off with a quite a smaller range, but now there's so many creative ranges for those. So
Yeah.
yeah, really excited to see what you do here, Dax, and really excited to see if there's anything I can help out with because yeah, I build websites too, and I
That
might
would
know
be
a little bit.
really cool. Yeah, you could tell me all the stuff that I don't know, and I've been doing this for decades, but I, I'm not a full-time programmer or developer. And so it's just people would come to me and say, "Oh, we need a website for this. We need a website for that, and I would charge them, a lot of times it was a charity, it was like for a church or for like my American Legion post. So I'm not going to charge them an arm and a leg. You know, websites can cost thousands of dollars. In fact, I do watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. And I mean, 5, 10, 15,000, $20,000 websites are the norm nowadays. It's incredible, I feel guilty if I charge more than $500.
Yeah, and then it just varies, I guess, by what level of difficulty, I guess, or the complexity of the website.
Hmm.
So static websites are pretty affordable, I think,
Yeah.
when you go to the right person. They're not too far-fetched and expensive. But then when you get into the websites that have databases or need password control and all the other
Yeah.
stuff, all the bells and whistles, that can, yeah, definitely go up into the tens of thousands range. So very
like the
interesting.
like the psychic cafe where we had things walled off and in groups and you had to be a member of that group, and it still wasn't all automatic. I was getting around to setting that up and never did. I just did everything manually, putting people into the course group and the members group. Of course, we're back to that anyway because I'm going to have to manually put people when they join into the members group and when they enroll in my course into the students group. And by the way, on that new students group, and we should show everybody that. Hope I remember. There's so much to show people today, but there is a media button, and if you click that, it brings up media. So on the group, if you're enrolled and you're in the course group, click media, and then you're going to see the oh my God, my mind is just blanking here. Let me just bring it up so I know what I'm saying here. And you can get to the private course group in the drop down menu under Learn Tarot on the new website. So if you click on media, there are photos, videos, albums. Click on albums and you'll see course modules. And when you click on the course modules, all the modules for the course are right there. And then in addition to that, there's a files tab at the top of the group. And if you click on files, I recreated all of the files. There's like 22 files or something like that. These are PDF files that have sheets on working with numbers, number connection charts, tarot charts. Um, each of the 9 numbers has its own PDF with information about each of the 9 numbers. So the life path, attitude, birthday, destiny, personal year numbers. There's color symbolism. There's career life paths. These are a lot of great cheat sheets that you can use when you're doing readings with people. And the CTR exam, if you're getting certified, is at the top of this files list. I also put in, because I talk a little bit about sacred geometry in the course, and there's a 2 volumes of the ancient secret of the flower of life. and also Arthur Waite's The Pictorial Key. All of those are in public domain. So I was able to put the full books uh, here under files. It's really cool. It's really cool. Okay. So it leads in nicely to, because we have so many platforms, like we were saying earlier, there's, a lot more you can do nowadays than you could. The big question on this show is, as a professional tarot reader, do you need a website? And this is the thing. What I've noticed is, uh, I mean, in 20 years of doing the Tarot Guild, I've talked to literally thousands of tarot readers, professional tarot readers, and most of them are like really good at what they do. But as far as the technology side of things and running tarot as a business and marketing and websites and platforms, a lot of times, they don't know what to do, and even calendar apps like Calendly and things like that, they have no clue what to do, you know. So, the other thing that I wanted to remember to say to start this off really is um a lot of people think you need a website and they'll pay $2,000, $800, whatever, $1,000 to have a simple website made up for them. And they have it in their mind that if they build it, they will come, that all they have to do is put a website up there. But what people don't realize is there's billions, if not trillions, of websites, and you've got to get people to go to your website to know it even exists. No one's going to see it unless you're promoting it, which most people do through their email marketing campaigns and their social media and advertising on social media and also Google and stuff like that. That's how people know you have a website. So if you don't do any marketing at all, any promotion, and you just build a website, it's just sitting there.
I've done that, and my website is just pretty much sitting there because I'm not really going out there and telling people I
Hmm.
have a website and you can book with me. I'm gonna start it, I promise. But yeah, that's definitely one of the most daunting parts of balancing out how much time you spend actually doing tarot readings and talking about your reading style and putting yourself out there, and
Mm-hmm.
also being in charge of that kind of multifaceted, marketing part of being a reader, where you're also your own publicist in a sense, your own marketing manager, your own web developer. It's a very huge
Yeah.
web of stuff that you got to take care of.
And oh, by the way, we have a new readings page. If you go over to psychicbiz.com and click readings, you'll see all of us that are certified members, the ones that I've gotten on there. I mean, there's hundreds, but we haven't gotten everybody. It's a brand new website, right? But Ellie's on there. If you click on Ellie, it actually takes you to her website that she's talking about. So you can go check out Ellie's website, which is actually pretty cool. Go over there and check it out. But I still tell people you need a not a website, but you need a web presence. I think that's the difference. Back then, all there was websites. And actually, if you really think about it, all the platforms that are available, social media, again, they're all websites. There's no such a thing as anything that's not a website. If even an app is a mini website, if there is something on the internet, it's a website. So basically, yes, you need a website. Now, it might not be a full blown, like tarotbiz.com. It might be a platform you're using. Uh, the trend in recent years, like for instance, you're on Instagram, and Instagram, it doesn't allow, I wish they'd fix that. It doesn't allow you to link in posts. The only link you can actually put on there is in your bio. So what people would do is they put one link, and that link would take people to a mini website, that would have all their links to all of their social media and anything else they want to promote and stuff like that. And one of the main ones that people would use is Linktree. So, Ellie, what can you tell us about Linktree?
So Linktree is pretty much a link aggregator. So it's a landing page that displays all of the links to your various offerings or really anything that you want to share with people. And from what I understand, Linktree does have paid tiers. So there's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
that base free plan where you're only allowed so many links, I think it is. And then there's more features that
Oh,
you unlock as you go paid up. I think I haven't used Linktree in a while, and that's because I found a couple other like Linktree sites that kind of do the same thing, but
mm-hmm.
offer a little bit more flexibility as far as the pricing. And I am a self-confessed cheap girl. I will do everything I can to build websites and stuff with the cheapest prices possible. So I
Make
love sharing
it
with
make it
those.
as
So
cheap as possible. Yeah,
yes,
so here I'm sharing my desktop. Can you see this, Ellie? So
yes,
here are the tiers with Linktree, and they still have their free one. And back when Linktree started, I mean, there was mostly just the free one. They didn't have all of
yeah.
this and all of this stuff that you can get with it. And they have a link shortener, and like you were saying about having more links, and you can have a personalized tree and highlight things and social media scheduling. um what's the $30 one here? Unlimited social posts, concierge onboarding, optional add-on teen tools, unlimited Instagram replies. Wow,
They've
there's a
really
lot
grown.
of, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. But ultimately, like what most people use this for is they get the free one and they put on, as well, it does say unlimited links though right here. So but you can put on your social icons and stuff, and it's like Bill, I don't have one I can show you, but they have different templates. And oh, here you go. Here's some examples of some link trees and all. And that way you can click, and people can go to whatever you're trying to promote through one link. And so it's like having a mini website. And so on, say, Instagram, it's the link that you can put up here. And I still have Psychic Cafe on here, and I need to change that. But glad I noticed that. I got to change it to TarotBiz.com. There's so many places, it's hard to remember everywhere and everything you need to change when you do a new website, Ellie. Yeah. So yeah, that's one option. Now another option. Oh, and I want you to let us know what alternatives to Linktree you found. But one of them that I like is Stan Store. And Stan Store is becoming really, really popular, especially amongst, I'm going to call it the influencer crowd, Ellie. So people that are YouTubers and tech reviewers and cosmetic reviewers and all types of YouTubers and stuff like that. You are your brand. And you need somewhere to send people so that you can sell digital downloads, courses, uh, coaching, get them scheduled for coaching and have them purchase coaching and all of that kind of thing. And these influencers, a lot of them use Stan Store. Now, because Stan Store became so popular, uh, there are a whole bunch of other ones popping up now. But Stan Store's still the original, and I think still has the best overall package. There's other things you can use too, like school, SKOOL.com, especially if your main focus is a course you're doing, but you can do everything on there and build a community. Little more expensive when you start getting up in the tiers and stuff like that. Stan Store is basically $29 a month. And they do have a $100 a month version that I'll tell you about, but basically you only need the $29 a month version to get started. And if you start selling lots and lots of readings and you think you want to get the extra stuff you get for 99 bucks, go for it. But when I was, looking in a stand store and hearing about it and looking at it, it popped in my head right away. It's like, oh, influencers, yeah, but this is perfect for tarot readers and astrologers and numerologists and stuff like. So as you can see over here, um, let me know, Ellie, if you're seeing my cursor.
Yep.
Good. Okay, so you can put a full course on here. Like this example, $129, my creator course. Uh, People can book coaching sessions with you, so much per session. And then they have a calendar. So this eliminates you having to pay separately for a calendar app like Calendly. And then digital downloads. You can create guides. You can give them away free as loss leaders, just to get people into your email address, which is something I want to talk about later, why I think you really need a website or at least a stand store, because you want to be giving away these PDFs and so forth, or charging $1, $5. I've seen people charge $7, $19. Here's like download my guide, 25 bucks. And you can have multiple different things that you're putting on here. And let me just show you some real quick here. On a phone, it looks vertical like this. And by the way, that's the other thing about Stand Store is that yes, there's a version, which I'll bring that up. This is what it would look like on desktop, but it's optimized. It's supposed to be used on your phone. And 60-70% of people, when they click your link on Instagram, they're on their phone and they're going to your stand store or your website on your phone. And that's why actually with the new Tarot Guild website, I optimized it for phone, because that's really um how people are accessing things on the web nowadays. It's ridiculous. It varies depending on, what you're talking about, but anywhere from, you know, 60 to 70% of the traffic, depending on, what you're talking about. They're not going to your website on a desktop. They're going on your mobile. And the really neat thing is you can customize it. Remember, you are the brand, you are the tarot reader, right? You put your links in just like Linktree, but you have all these other things you can offer, and then there's a whole bunch of different templates that you can use. Let's see if there's a different one here I can show. Here's a different one as an example. And it's very clean and it's very crisp and it's very modern looking, right, Ellie? That's what, I'm getting from Stan Store. And as an example, let me go down here. The other thing is some of these platforms, uh, for instance, influencers were using Patreon a lot. You guys have heard of Patreon. I know, Ellie, you've heard of Patreon, and other ones, and uh, even YouTube itself. You can set up memberships and do things on through YouTube, but they're taking 30%, 10%, 19%. It varies depending on the platform. There are zero transaction fees always with Stan Store. Yes, you're paying the credit card processing fee, which is around, I don't know what it is on Stan Store off the top of my head, but about 2.9% of the sale and 30 cents per transaction. It's very minimal. They're not taking 20%, 30% like YouTube is, like Patreon is. Okay, so that's a big one. And not just another link in bio. And by the way, that's a Stan Store doing a jab at Linktree, because they offer so much more on their platform than just links. Okay. And actually here is showing you, with the $29 a month, everything you're replacing, and I'm not an affiliate. I am not being paid to talk about Stand Store. I just think it's a great option for tarot readers. And you have the mobile optimized link in bio store, uh, course builder. It replaces Kajabi. The calendar invites and bookings, uh, and your payments, they book a session with you and you get paid right away. Replaces Calendly and Acuity Scheduler in places like that, platforms like that. Audience analytics. It replaces Google Analytics. Um, Instagram automatic direct messaging. This is the thing where you do a post on Instagram and you say, "Hey, uh, DM me the word temperance, and I'll send you my free uh, PDF on something, something," right? Uh, when you put that in there, put that word in there, uh, Stand Store will automatically message that person back with the link and all the information and all. It is really cool. And you're getting all of this for $29 a month. Um, so that replaces like ManyChat. ManyChat, you can do that with ManyChat. I remember when ManyChat was a free platform and it was a completely different thing than it is nowadays. Uh, you build your email list and newsletter builder. Okay. Social media template library. They have a creator community and they also do coaching as well, by the way. It's really cool. And let me see if I can find uh pricing here. I can find the right page. Oh no, it's just taking me back there. Where is, oh, here it is. Creator versus Creator Pro. This is what I wanted to show you. So I think most people can just start with the $29 a month deal. If you're selling readings, you can cover that easily. 90 cents a day, 97 cents a day, $3.30 a day for their pro version, $99 a month. One reading, two readings, you've paid for that. If you need these other things that you get. So the difference between the two, what you get is the whole email marketing thing. You still get to build an email list on the creator one, but this is email marketing. This is like funnels. This is like go high level and other platforms. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Ellie, help me out here. Kajabi and what's the really big one? And they're all charging like 99, 199, 299 a month.
Yeah, all those platforms that control your email list basically and help you with landing pages and selling stuff, making up one web page to kind of really target in, say, if you're doing a course, it's just specifically for that course and it helps people go through what benefits taking the course offers, what they get, what they can expect, that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the email marketing, although really important.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really important, and you're getting that, with Stand Store, and the automated version is included in the Creator Pro for $99 a month, which
wow.
it's either, I want to say it's either equal to or a lot less than a lot of the other platforms out there that you can use for that. Discount codes and upsell offers built in. Oh, I did want to say, what for those that aren't familiar, what we're talking about with the email marketing is automatic emails. There's an email sequence that's going out every couple of days or once a week or twice a week when you get into they get into your funnel, and that's what that is. And then discount codes, you all know what that is. So you can run sales, and when they go there to buy the $7 PDF, they're automatically upsell to, get my other thing for $29 kind of thing. And you can offer payment plans. Let's say you have a course for $500, you're able to offer a payment plan if you have Creator Pro. And then affiliate payments, people can become affiliates of yours. And then also pixel tracking is also another thing that you get. But I think to start off with, the majority of, single entrepreneur, individual tarot readers, $29 a month. Start off with that, and then when you want to expand out, let's see if I can pop back here real quick. Oh, it's not taking me back. Oh, can I get back there? Yeah. And all, so yeah, that, because all this basic stuff, including the calendar, selling digital downloads or freebies to build up your email list, and courses and everything, that's all included for the 29. So that's a great alternative. You've got Linktree, you've got Stan Store, and Ellie. What's some other things that you've come across that maybe people aren't aware of, that are kind of like Linktree alternatives, maybe?
Yeah, I have two suggestions, ones that I've tried. The first is an actual app. So this is something that you
Oh,
build out through your app. It's called milkshake.app.
oh, I love
And
that
that's,
milkshake.
yeah, and that you can build pretty much a mini site. So they'll have it almost feels like kind of an Instagram story where you swipe and there's different pages. So you can do links on one and about me on another, but it's just a very small mini site that's built on an app. It's meant to be viewed in an app, I believe. So I think you can see it on the web, but it's mostly for, like you said, an app, since there's a lot of web traffic that comes through on mobile phones nowadays. So milkshake.app. The one that I personally use is
Mhm.
called Komi, Komi, and that kind of acts, I would say, similar to the Stam Store. So it's kind of a landing page. You can include links. You can include links to book your calendar. You can add downloadables in exchange for
Mhm.
emails. So it helps you build your email list. And it does give you access with the premium paid version to a couple different things like analytics. And I think there's even email marketing campaigns available. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't explored that route yet. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, Comey seems to be really, really useful for me right now. And I'm really liking it. It's very easy. I think it's about 10, $11 a month. So I like how
Oh, that's
very
really
basic it is.
inexpensive.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
great if you're just starting out.
the other one I wanted to ask you about is you use a different platform than Calendly. You have a different calendar.
Yes. Okay. Big tip here, everybody. If you're looking to sign up for a calendar platform kind of thing for booking,
Mhm.
I use TidyCal, and
IDCal, yeah.
TidyCal
I
was really
actually
like a
bookmarked
starter.
that because you were using it. And I was like, I'm
Yeah.
bookmarking that to check it out.
Yeah, I don't know if they still have this special going on, but I paid $39, I think, one time,
One
and I have
time.
lifetime access to it. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
So that was big score there because Calendly is great, but I do believe that it is subscription based. So
Yeah, it's
if you're not someone who
expensive.
likes subscription based programs like that and platforms, TidyCal is a really, really great alternative, and it pretty much matches TidyCal. So highly recommend that one.
I bookmarked it and now I can't find it. There it is. Found it. Found it. Okay. Pay once, get here.
We're
Let me
still
see.
running that.
Let me see if I
Nice.
can share. Um just I hate Zoom puts things over top there. It's going away. I can't see. Pay once, get a lifetime deal forever, $29. Tidy Cal. And it's tidycal.com. Yeah, guys. Jump on that. Um, but if you need, so this is how you think. If you need the other functionality, even though it's a subscription, I would go with Stan Store. If you already have your own website and you just need a calendar app, check out TidyCal because you can pay $29 and that's it. I mean, that really, really cool. One thing I do love about, and I keep bringing Stan Store up, is because it's all in one app. It's very much, it's like high level. If you guys are not familiar, high level, you can do basically any kind of marketing through high level, including building your websites, funnels, email lists, automation on everything. It's a really cool thing, but it gets expensive. It gets expensive. to me, Stan Store is like high level for the rest of us. 29 bucks a month, and that way you don't have to pay separately for a calendar. If you are, like I said, if you have maybe you have Linktree uh and you need a calendar, get TidyCal. But if you're going to go with a lot of the other functionality like PDF um, purchases and downloads, uh, full courses and things like that, you can do all that on Stan Store. Pay the $29 a month. It includes the count. Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Does TidyCal allow people? Okay, you send them to your TidyCal calendar, and they can book a session with you. And do they do payment processing?
They do. They have Stripe integration and PayPal
Awesome.
integration. So
Awesome. That's another thing I wanted to mention. I have Stripe and I have PayPal. Uh, I'm not as much of a fan of PayPal as I used to be, but a lot of my international customers prefer it. Um, and I use Square for a lot of stuff. I think Dr. Rose uses Square on her page as well. And by the way, we're still getting to that because there's a Tarot Guild option that we're going to get to, and it's included in your membership for 67 bucks. Okay. But I still want to promote some of these other platforms because we don't have the calendar and book. Some people like to book that way. I don't like to book that way. I like people to click the button, pay for their reading. I contact them with I try to do it within an hour. I email them back, or maybe they message me already, and I go, oh, okay, so when are you available? And we figure out a time in a day. Maybe I'm available right then and they're available right then. And I just give them the Zoom link and we jump right on. That's why I don't like using a calendar app, because using a calendar app, I have to block out, okay, I can't do anything on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, or Saturday and Sunday, or in the evenings or in the daytime, whatever uh, length of hours and on which days you're available for readings, you have to block that out. And my weeks change every week because, I'm not working full time as a professional reader anymore. I'm running the Tarot Guild. So I'm helping you guys, and I need to get on Zoom calls randomly. And you may need help with your website, help with your Stan Store. By the way, you can hire me to help you build your Stan Store if you don't want to put it together yourself. Um, I just can't block out time like that. So, uh, so when someone wants to book a reading, I just get on with them right then and go, are you available now? Do you want to do it tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon? And I just book it live with them or through email. And so I don't use a calendar. But if you, want to use a calendar, I suggest Stan Store. Unless you're just doing a calendar, we can do TidyCal, and you can get that, and we can install that on your page, because guess what? You can get a page on the Tarot Guild website. Go ahead, Ellie.
I have a note. TidyCal does have an integration with your Gmail and I believe Apple
Mm,
calendars. So I'm
mm.
not kind of sure on Apple because I don't have
I
Apple,
use
but
Gmail.
it's integrated with my
Bang.
Gmail calendar. So anytime I have anything blocked off, like let's say, oh, I have a dentist appointment on Thursday, it'll block off that time for Thursday so that I'm not actually available. And then I can actually go in there and then add like an hour buffer after and before. Or, I mean, if I'm at the dentist, maybe for the rest of the day. But, it does give you the
I
opportunity to just update one calendar and your availability will be updated on TidyCal. So
That is fantastic, because that's what I need. And wow. Because in my head, you always have to go in, and if oh, I got that dentist appointment, you got to go in, and you're normally available 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday, and you've got to change it, and then change it back when you're
Yeah.
available again for the following week or whatever. Uh, it's syncing up with your Google Calendar, which is what I use, is brilliant. I
Yeah. And you can
absolutely love
also
it.
add within TidyCal, let's say you are headed to a concert. Like I was a few weeks ago, I was heading out to a concert, so I had to block off basically the entire weekend that I would normally be free. So I put in just exceptions for those dates, and it just blocks it off on the calendar.
Yeah, yeah. And oh, first name, last name is in the chat and says, oh yeah, you haven't been here in a while. Have Thanks for popping in, first name, last name. And can we do questions or does it have to be website related? First of all, I want to say if you have any questions about your web presence, social media, I don't even think we're gonna have time to get into the social media thing, but um websites, technology, calendar apps, anything, pop it in the chat. But to answer your question, first name, last name, no, it does not have to be website related. So if you do want us to pull some cards, go ahead and pop it in there. We have some time before the end of the show. Ellie and I will pull cards for you. But meanwhile, while people are doing that, oh, and Dr. Rose popped in. Hi, Dr. Rose. That's the Mystic Tarot Path. And you're going to see that in a minute because I'm going to show you the website. Oh, that's right. I'm going to share my Google Chrome. And here's the new website. And let me check with Ellie. You're seeing that okay? All righty. And like I said earlier, I optimized this for use on your phone. Okay. It's what it looks like on your phone here. And this is all about joining the guild, and the bullet points are what you get as a member and the join button. And we also have a link to the fall sale because there's some great package deals on there. Our psychic cafe shows that we're on right now. Here's some of our members and things that they've created, like Pamela Steele, and Shiro Marchetti and so forth. And then we have blog posts on there, and I'm trying to transfer a lot of the blog posts right now from Psychic Cafe, and I have to create, I can't just transfer them. You have to rebuild them on the new site, and it's not as easy as for those of you that are familiar with creating a blog post on um like other platforms, WordPress for instance. WordPress is designed for that, but this is built on HostGator, on HostGator's build with HostGator's builder on HostGator um, hosting. And I absolutely love it. I had to build some websites real quick for a few people, and I'm going to show you those in a second. And I was like, oh my God, WordPress, and I've got to, put a theme on, and I have to do, put in all the plugins, and then I'm gonna have to maintain all that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build them some simple websites on Hostinger and see how it works using the Hostinger builder. And they are fantastic. When I check the page speeds, Ellie, 99, 100% page speeds. It is fantastic. Hostinger hosting, they have data centers and servers all around the world, so your website gets distributed to all of those, and so depending on where they're accessing from, like we have one of our members is from Europe, and I went to go to her website and it took forever to load, and I could tell because the server is right there where she is in Germany. And but with Hostinger, you've got them in Europe and UK and Asia and Australia and New Zealand. And by the way, the Hostinger one in North America, at least the west side of all of North America, is right up the street from me. In Phoenix. Yeah, about an hour's drive north of Tucson, where I'm at. So I built this on that. Um, and I what I want to show you here is we created a readings page. And this is our Tarot Guild certified advisors. Connect with experienced Guild certified tarot professionals for insightful readings tailored to your needs. Get to know our certified tarot professionals. Many of them make appearances on our YouTube live streams, what Ellie and I are doing right now. And here's our new channel URL. It did change from Psychic Cafe, guys. It's youtube.com/@tarot guild. And visit our advisors' pages or websites by clicking on their picture and name. And I noted that we're still under construction. But here's some of us, right? If you're a Tarot Guild certified tarot reader, tarot professional, tarot master, tarot grandmaster, and you're a current paid member of the guild, you can get a promotion here, posting and links on our readings page. And by the way, for those of you who want to check it out, it is tarotbiz.com/readings. And a lot of folks have their own website. Maria has her own website. Corby has her own website. Ellie has her own website. Here's the fabulous Ellie website. And I liked that one. Yeah. Anyway, and here's uh Adrian A, Ariane from France. And hers, I have her website linked. I actually made an actual page for her, and then it takes you over to her page here, which it's going to be in French. Click English translation up here. So
That's awesome.
we are international. And here is a button that'll take you over to her about Ariane, and it's taking forever to load. This is what I was talking about. The server is in France. It takes a little while. Yeah. But some of us who don't have websites, and so who would this work for? You're wanting a web presence, but you're not ready to do a website, or you don't have the time to do it yourself, or you don't want to pay for someone to do it, or you're brand new. Let's say you're brand new and you just got certified at the Tarot Guild. You joined the guild, you got certified, and you need some kind of web presence. Well, you get your own page on the site if you would like one. And let me show you, for instance, Dr. Rose's page. Here's Dr. Rose's page. And when I build out your page, by the way, this entire thing from the footer, all of this, all the way up to the header up here, this is all blank. So I can put anything you want. You want a background image? Here's what it looks like on phone. If you want other different images besides just a header image, maybe you don't want this at all. Maybe you want your picture off to the side or something like that. We can get really fancy because I can do whatever in this editor, which is just drag and drop. It's just so easy to work with. It just takes a lot of time. It's been taking me 10 hours a day for days and days to get everything. And I still haven't moved all of those blog posts I was talking about. And there's still, I got to build my services page on here. But some things we can put on here, obviously your bio information, links to your, maybe you have a YouTube channel like Dr. Rose does, Dr. Rose's Instagram, her Facebook, any of the social medias. And then this button, actually, if you click it, you can send an email to her email address, which is rose@tarotbiz.com. Yes, you can get a custom professional sounding, instead of Gmail or Yahoo, your name at tarotbiz.com as well. And if we go back here, I'll show you my page real quick. I have a lot of social media icons in here. Obviously, this channel that we're on right now, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, X, and mailing me. Yeah. And as I was talking about earlier, no calendar. I just have the book now button, and I don't have different types of readings and different pricing and all that kind of stuff, because I don't put a time on things. And whether it takes 20 minutes, a half hour, 40 minutes, it takes how long it's going to take. I mean, if we're going to be on there longer than an hour, yeah, you can push the button again and buy a second reading and we'll continue on. But most things can be handled, I've found as a professional, between 20 to 40 minutes, you know. So I don't put time on mine anymore. I just have one button. It's on sale right now. Instead of 99.99, it's 67 bucks. And I get the email that you and by the way, I should show you that because we were talking about Square Store earlier. Not Square Store, but Square for processing, and this is what the processing looks for: payments by Square. I wanted to show you that, and I like Square a lot. It has one of the lowest fees and all. But I think they may be raising the rates a little bit, but not a whole lot. And they also have where you can have the app on your phone, and if someone's paying in person, you can just tap phones, or you can get their credit card and lay it on top of the app, on top of the phone, on top of the app, and it takes the payment. So I love Square. Stripe as well. I've used Stripe in the past, and PayPal, of course. Yeah. So this is included with your membership when you join for $67 a year. And we will set that up. And once you're certified, you will get a listing here on our advisors page. For those of you that are members or are already enrolled in my course, just wanted to give you some heads up. Of course, on a phone, a lot of you are going to be on phone. You're going to have to click the hamburger icon to get the menu, and then we with the arrows, those are the drop down menus. So where you're going to find uh, join the guild, professional certification information, the link to our Facebook private members only group, code of ethics, terms of service. That's all in the drop down under membership. And then under Learn Tarot is our tarot course page, which tells you about the course and you can enroll. And also the private course group, which if you click that, will take you over to the Tarot by the Numbers course. So if you're trying to find the course, and remember what I said before, media, albums, here's where the course modules are. Okay. And then the files, here's the files I was talking about. You get to download all these files, and I updated them, fixed a lot of them. I put of course, the new website, new branding, and everything on them too. And here's those 3 books I was talking about that you get free as well on the course thing here. And if I go back here, this is what it looks like on desktop. So if you're a member and you don't know how to get to the private members group, or you can't find it on Facebook, just go down here, click on that. It'll take you over to the Tarot Guild members. This is the private group on Facebook. And then again, the private course group link is right here. If you click on community in the nav, that's going to take you to our 6,640 member Facebook public group. It's actually private. We switched it to private, but it's a public group. Anybody can join it. We just have to let you in. But yeah, we got 6,600 plus people on here, and this is what we're using now for the Tarot Guild community instead of the community on Psychic Cafe that we were talking about earlier. And then YouTube, that'll take you down to a section on the main page about our channel. And then, of course, you can click this button to go over to the channel. What else was I going to show you? All this stuff is also linked in the footer. The trying to find it here. The YouTube channel, Psychic Cafe YouTube shows. When you click that link, it actually opens right to uh, the Psychic Cafe YouTube channel, as opposed to this one, which takes you down on here. Now, the other thing is, so we gave you all the options. You can, do a link tree. You can do stand store. Uh, we can build you a page. Like here's Michelle's on the Tarot Guild, but we can also build you a website. So I've built, for instance, this one for St. Jude's, and got their calendar on here, all on one page, by the way. So when you click calendar, it goes to their calendar. We just click about, goes to their about. You can click location, it takes you down to their location with built-in map. If you do local readings, we can put a map in for you, and then some contact information. And then here's my American Legion post here in Tucson. Built this website for them. So these links here are the same as what's up in here. So you can go to our calendar, um, our location, all of our contact information, our newsletter. There's our newsletter. The leadership at the post, we have 4 entities: Sons of the American Legion, Auxiliary Riders, and the Legionnaires. Our calendar, about section. Notice how it's all on one page. Now, we don't have to do that. These links can go to separate pages. There are some separate pages on here. For instance, if you go to the certification page, for instance. But I highly recommend that for most of you, you do one of these modern one-page websites for your tarot business. Because why? Because, like we said before, 60-70% of people that you're sending from your social media or what have you to your website, unless you're running a blog, that's another one that's a separate thing, is our blog. Um, if you're not doing a blog, like on both of these websites, there's no blog. They're looking on their phone, and so they click a link, and it takes them to that section. Anything that you would put on a separate page, for the most part, you can put on a section on a main page. And this way, they're not, they're on their phone, and it's harder, at least it is for me because I'm old. It's harder to work with online, or sorry, on phone browsers. And it's opening all these additional pages on the browser. Whereas if you build a one-page website, then everything is right here, and you're still on the same page on your phone. So you're able to scroll back up and not get lost like you can on a lot of big websites where you're going to all these different pages. And on a desktop, it's easy to navigate because you're seeing the tabs at the top. On a phone, it's a little bit more difficult, and you got to go down here and you got to see what page you were on and try to figure out, like, where was I supposed to be? So I highly recommend single page ones. And, if you're doing a simple single page one like this and you don't have the time to build it out, or you don't have the technical know-how, we've got all these great alternatives like Wix and Squarespace and all these drag and drop builders. But even if there's still a learning curve, right, Ellie, with all of these builders. And the thing is that even if you can learn it, you might not have the time to do it. Now, if you want a uh site, single page site like any of these websites that I've built, I can build that for you, put it on our servers, hosting's included in the cost of your membership, and I'm just going to charge a setup fee. It's roughly $99 a page. So if you're just doing a single page, 99 bucks. And I'll set you up. It doesn't take very long. If you as soon as you get the information to me, it's like a day turnaround. Now if you want a slightly more complicated website, maybe you're selling essential oils, and maybe you have books and decks, and so you need a store and everything. I would set you up on a separate your own server then, or a blog. That's the one thing. I can put a blog like I just did on here. And if you're one of our paying members and you want to get a blog post on here, send me your blog post information and images and everything, and I will put the blog post on, but I have to do it manually in our back end. There's no way for me to have you do it, you see. So if you're wanting a blog, basically anything more than a static website, then we're going to have to set up hosting separate so you can log in. And that's real easy to do. And through Hostinger, $3 a month for hosting, and that's probably all you'll ever need. So back to the original question real quick. And then I want to get your input, Ellie, on websites and such. Uh, Back to the original question. Do you need a website in 2025, 2026? The reason why I still say yes is because I know we're tempted to use stuff like Stanstore and Linktree, and if you use them, I think you're fine. I don't think Stanstore is going out of business tomorrow, but on things like a lot of people rely on their Instagram account and their other social media accounts, TikTok, um, LinkedIn, YouTube. YouTube technically is not social media, but people use their channels that way, especially because you can build memberships now, and Facebook and all, Twitter, X, and you don't own that property. That can go away. Ideally, you want to use all of your platforms for promotion to get them to your website, and then to get them to and by the way, just putting sign up for my newsletter, nobody wants your newsletter. It's 2025, almost 2026. People don't want your newsletter. What you want to do instead is you want to offer them something of value, some pretty decent value, and either give it away free, or hey, grab my book for $5 or something like that, $7, and then they have to put their email address in, and they get that, and now they're on your email address. Your email list. And that's what you want. You want to grow your email list. You want to get those anonymous people on, following you on your various social media accounts. You want to get them onto an email list, because email, even in 2025, is still king. So I think you should have a website, or at least like a Stanstore, something, a platform that allows you to collect email addresses. And by the way, on your page on tarotbiz.com, if you want to offer anything for sale, I can put pay buttons in there. And you can get we can set it up for them to go directly to your digital download and get them onto your email address, your email list, get their email addresses onto your list, and so forth as well. But even better is having your own website, or a Stanstore or something like that, where you're grabbing their email addresses. What do you think, Ellie? Do we still need a website in 2025, 2026?
Yeah, I think it's really important because there's a concept of owning your clientele, right? And it's not like owning them personally, it's owning their attention. Because when it
Mm,
comes to social media and all these web platforms that we sign up for and they provide services, it really just kind of comes down to like the amount of people, the amount of eyes that are on your content. So if, Instagram was to go down, there goes your whole collective group of people that follow you on Instagram. Or if, let's say, MailChimp disappeared, then what happens to your email list? It's kind of a thing of where you want to give them one central place to go find you. And the best place to start is just kind of having these services that are, maybe a little bit cheaper than a $10,000 website. But ultimately, when you reach that level of success where you're like, hey, I can totally do this, have my own platform, and this is where people can find me, and I don't technically need to be on social media. If that fails, you'll have your one source of truth, in other words, where people can go to. And I think that's why, like when I built my website, I built it by hand, I host it by hand or through a service. So I'm pretty much in control of what I do on that website, how I put it up on the internet. So it's my one source of truth, technically. But if my Instagram was to go down, then I at least have a website where I can point them to. If my YouTube channel disappeared, well, it's basically disappeared. I haven't been on there for a while. But all that content is still kind of there. It still points people to my website, which is probably the most active thing I'm on right now next to Instagram. So again, it's about owning the attention of the audience that follows you. So if they see that you haven't posted in a while, they at least know they can visit your website and see if you've got any updates or what's new. Yeah, just being present and letting people
mhm.
know that you're there and what you offer, what value you bring to the readings that you can offer to do for them. I think having a place, a home base on the internet, your little corner of the internet, is really important to establish your presence and also to show success stories. Collect reviews of people who've had readings with you and say, "Hey, I'm raving about your readings. I love it."
Mhm.
Have a little place on your website where you can talk about that and talk about the success that people have had when they work with you. So again, just owning kind of that home base of where people can find you and where they can learn more about you is pretty important. So I
Yeah,
do agree, Dax. Having a website is important.
cool. Cool. And we got a question from first name, last name. Also, the sunny side asks, uh, what are your best tips to grow, promote your YouTube/Instagram channel?
For me, I would say it's talking about it as much as possible. So,
Hmm.
for example, I haven't been on YouTube for a while, but what I used to do was I'm a deckaholic. So I would buy a lot of decks and I love sharing them with people. So what I would do is do like a mini preview of the deck, post that to Instagram and say, hey, new video coming out on my YouTube channel on Friday. So that would kind of generate the attention for those on YouTube to say, hey, there's a video, full review of this deck. This looks interesting. So then they go over to my YouTube channel. But that's also going into a wider web of like stuff you can do. Dax, as you mentioned earlier in the show, social media kind of turns into this whole different nebulous thing, right? Where there's the reusing content. So, for example, this very live show, Dax could take a clip and put that onto Instagram. And then
Hmm.
that in turn will drive more traffic to the YouTube channel. But that's kind of a twofold part, right? You're feeding two birds with one scone because one piece of content, now you have it on two different platforms. So then you can talk a little bit about it on Instagram and direct to YouTube. So I would say one of the key tips is have stuff that you can kind of weave into different platforms and just take little bits and pieces so that way it generates interest to your main point of interest, right? So if YouTube is your main goal, put little tidbits on Instagram.
Awesome. I would say, and this is just my opinion, that what I like about YouTube is it's evergreen. And by the way, um, I don't know who's going to be available this coming Saturday, but we're going to be doing a show. There's our coffee. link, by the way. TarotBiz.com/coffee. You want to grab us a cup of coffee? Um, Michelle's shows are done for November. So there's a fifth Saturday. So we're going to have a show on November 29th and Sunday, November 30th. And on Saturday, um, the show, Ellie, I don't know if you're available, maybe could pop on for an hour or who else we can get to join us. But I want to talk about how videos can help you as a professional tarot reader. So that's coming up on Saturday. And then Sunday, we're going to have the show. We'll also we're going to have shows every Sunday in December. And then Michelle will be back on the 13th with letting go and releasing just in time for the end of the 9 year. And so that led nicely into the upcoming shows because we're actually doing a show on this. And you should be putting videos on YouTube, but you should also be embedding them on your website that we're talking about, your website, your page on TarotBiz, or wherever, because it sells you a lot better than a static picture of you in a bio. Nowadays, video is king. Email is still king, like I said earlier, but video is king. I mean, as far as like getting attention, and that's what you want. You want people to get to know and like you and trust you, and then they'll buy a reading from you or your products or services that you offer. So yeah, you need to be doing videos, do an introductory video, put it on your services page, do a video explaining your services, explaining your readings, your numerology reports and everything. Put that on your readings page. Do another video, and these don't have to be long videos. We're talking a few minutes. And just do an introduction about yourself and so forth. Put that on your about page. So each page should have text because some people like to read, other people like to hear, and other people take in information better visually. So you want to have them all there. So you have the text below the video, but then they can watch the video and they can listen to it, or they can listen and watch it, depending on the various modalities that they use. Senses. And then you also want to do longer things where people get to know you and your reading style and things like that. You could put example readings on your website, for instance, and on your YouTube channel. But also, as a member of the guild, you can come on these shows and you can do mini readings for people, and people can get to know, like, and trust you and go, yeah, I want to book a reading with Ellie. I want to book a reading with Michelle. I want to book a reading with Dax or Pamela or whoever, comes on here. And so that's another big opportunity is video. So yeah. Join the guild, $67 for the year right now. Go over to tarotbiz.com/fall. Did I show that earlier? The fall sale. tarotbiz.com/fall, $67 for my readings right now. And if you're already a member on that private members group that we're all migrating over to on Facebook, you find the link on there for certification, $67 per level. That's half price. But if you're not a member yet, at tarotbiz.com/fall, there's a package deal with membership and certification for $99. And if you need a course, you can enroll in my Tarot by the Numbers course. And it's 3 payments of 67 or one payment of 199. It's $100 off right now. And you not only get my course, you get your membership and your certification included free. Yeah. So pop over there and join, and then you can join us on these shows, and you can grab these videos, take excerpts of yourself doing readings and things like that, or I can do it for you. A lot of benefits of joining the guild. But we're going to be talking about that next Saturday, how videos can help you as a professional tarot reader. Yep. um And let's see, back to Sunny's question that you answered. And what I was getting at is that I feel like YouTube should be your hub. And then everything else that you're on, like you were saying, Ellie, you can take snippets of videos and put it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, what have you. And also you can use those platforms and your accounts on there to funnel them into your YouTube channel, and where they can get to watch longer videos and know, like, and trust you. And also from all those, plus your YouTube channel, funneling them to whatever your web presence is on the web, like your website or your page on tarotbiz.com. um let's see. And I'm trying to see what her specific question was. Growing. So as far as growing and promoting, you're cross promoting, right? Growing. What was I gonna say? Um,
Consistency is key.
yeah. So promoting, posting videos or your reels or TikTok, Instagram, whatever you're doing, being consistent, not doing a video and then 2 weeks later doing a video. At least a few times a week. Some people like Vernicek. What's his name? Vernicek, the social media whiz guy. I don't. I'm
Oh, Gary V.
Gary V. Yeah, Gary V. He's like every day, every channel, 3 times a day. You know, I don't know if you need to go that crazy. Maybe just start with one and then expand out. But I see his point. You know, they say it takes somebody, when they see a promotion, it takes 9 views of that before they'll actually consider buying something. And you're basically selling yourself, your videos, and so for them to even watch, they may have to see your video pop up 9 times. So yeah, promote consistently, at least, if not all the time. you know
And it's important to promote also with a very authentic voice. Don't try to be someone you're not, like emulating completely,
Mhm.
another successful tarot reader or whatever healing modality you
Yeah.
do. Be very genuine in your voice and your tone. It takes some time to develop it, but once you kind of get the swing of things, people gravitate toward the way that you talk and the way that you move, the way that you express, a card. It's all about
Hmm.
being who you are so they know what to expect when they do book a reading with you.
And here's a tip or two, specifically, Sunnyside, for if you're a tarot reader or any kind of psychic, but mostly a tarot reader. And as far as Instagram and YouTube, because you specifically said growing and promoting, um, one thing that I've noticed, channels that grow a lot, we're talking into the hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and each video gets thousands of views every day, is the folks that are actually doing readings. In fact, a lot of times you don't even see the person. You're just seeing the cards on the table and their hands, and they're flipping cards and so forth. So, yeah, uh, if you want to grow, that's one of the tricks. That, and teaching, uh, doing a lot of instructional type videos. Do 2-minute, 5-minute, 8-minute shorter ones, and then some longer videos. But yeah, that's what seems to grow channels is these, pick a card readings and things like that. And then first time had asked, um, can you pull a time frame when you see initial E texting slash calling or emailing me, and if he'll show up better and ready to build a relationship when he reappears. Oh, so Ellie, can you pull a card, see if um E is coming back and maybe when? And I'm gonna pull some cards. Yeah, he's definitely on hiatus. Got the Four of Swords. This is one of those, thinking outside of the box cards, taking a step back, kind of like the Hermit. Um, hmm.
So let's see. We want to know
Like, is
what
E
does
going to
what does
is initial E going to text or call her, and when, and stuff like that,
okay. So I'm trying to find the best way to
to ask all that. Yeah, it's a
get
little bit of jumbled. So I'm just giving you real quick what I got, and I got the Seven of Swords too. So be careful. That's not a good sign in relationships when that comes in. Comes up. Three of Wands. Oh my God. Yeah,
okay,
there's
Seven of Swords.
yeah, talk about a
Yeah.
synchronicity. Yeah, first name, last name. There's something going on with this guy. The other thing is, later on, I see you, looking. Okay, you're looking, and even if he was to come back, it's going to be a lot of work. Got the Eight of Pentacles here. Eight would suggest. I mean, it could happen in 8 days, but I'm thinking it's more like an 8 week thing. Might be the beginning of the year if he comes back at all. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. What else are you getting, Ellie?
All right, so I pulled two cards, well, one card really, but I asked for an explainer. Um, on what first name, last name needs to know about what might happen or what might turn out from E returning or from E making contact again. We had the Seven of Swords energy there. Dax explained a little bit, but we also got the Six of Cups as well as the Five of Cups. So, first name, last name, I feel like this is kind of asking you, inviting you to think about, the Six of Cups is all about that like nostalgic safety feeling. What is it about this relationship that you're kind of holding on to and saying we could go back to that? We could do this again, we could try again. Five of Cups is that energy of just saying, this isn't really working out, but I do know what I do want from relationships, right? I do know what it was that made me happy in this past connection that I do want moving forward. And if this person can provide it again, you'd be happy. You'd be Six of Cups energy. But with that five there, it's really kind of inviting you to ask, how can you take a look at what did work and apply that to a relationship? You're actually getting all, five cups upside, not all spilled, worrying about things that just didn't work for the relationship. It's really about forging what does work and really creating that space where you are truly safe in the relationship and really comfortable and really just feeling that like mutual connection where nothing is Seven of Swords energy, trickery and maybe some form of deception, mind games. That's what I got with that card. Mind games. No more mind games. Everyone deserves love that is, true and makes you happy, makes you feel very safe and connected. So, yeah, just a little tip from the tarot there to think about, I know I want this, but do I really want this?
Hmm.
It's the quandary of relationships.
There you go. There you go. And we got to get out of here. We went an hour and a half. I knew the show was going to go over because we had so much to talk about with websites and platforms, and we haven't even scratched the surface. There's still more social media, other platforms, and things like that. Maybe we'll get to it next Saturday and Sunday. Remember, back to back shows. And I just put in the chat here. if you have questions about the membership or questions about getting your page built because you are a member and you want a page on tarotbiz.com, or if you have questions about websites, you want to get a website built, something along those lines, or you need help with any technology, basically I'm the technology guy, so if you don't know how to embed your Calendly calendar on your website, or you need help with, some other software or something like that. I just did a consult recently with another YouTuber and was showing her how she could create a playlist and turn that playlist of videos into a podcast to go out through YouTube Music, and then how to set herself up on Spotify, and then take the RSS feed and put that on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. What's one I always forget? iHeartRadio. All these different outlets and stuff like that. So podcasting, YouTube, websites, software, anything you want me to suggest the best phone for you to buy in 2026. I mean, you name it, just contact me. So go to my page, tarotbiz.com/Dax. I put it in the chat, or email me, dax@tarotbiz.com. Also, you can contact Ellie, and the fastest way actually to get to my page and contact me, or anybody else's page or Ellie's page, is to go here, tarotbiz.com/readings. You'll see Ellie, just click on that. It'll take you over to her website and you can contact her through her website. You'll see my picture, click, and it'll take you over. And remember, I had all the social media icons up there. You can email me, you can contact me. The fastest way is to message me through Facebook Messenger or Instagram or X. Or I don't check X and Instagram as much as Facebook pops up on my phone instantly. So Facebook Messenger, or I'll get an email right away if you send it to dax@tarotbiz.com. Anything else or additional contact information, Ellie, that you've got?
Nope. Right now I am somewhat active on Instagram, but that does have a link to my Comey webpage, where if you wanted to check out how that works and what that offers, you can actually take a peek there. But that also links to my website, and you can book readings there as well. So I haven't done it in a while, but I do have an offer that
Cool.
I created, where you can actually hop on a call with me and we will go over free or low cost resources for building your website or starting your web presence. So I don't
Mm.
go into like the really complex web builders or how to build and launch your own website, but it's more along the lines of what options are out there for you to kind of get your feet on the ground and get going. So that
Yeah.
is also available. But yeah, I do have those.
Awesome sauce. And here, I'll just show everybody the website again real quick, and waiting for this Zoom stuff to clear the screen here. Again, you can click on readings here at the top of the page and come over here if you want to book a reading with any of our certified readers. And just, you can click on their name, or you can click on their picture, and it'll take you, right over to their website, Ellie's website, or our individual pages if we have pages here on here. And this is how to contact me. Also, I've got a link to uh, message me. So that's Facebook Messenger, and my email link right on the page as well. There you go. Okay. And if you are certified and a member of the guild and we haven't gotten you onto this page yet, we're just getting started. So there may be a queue, Ellie. Uh, getting people, if 50 of you contact me at once, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a couple months.
Yeah, so jump in early.
Yeah, yeah. First come, first serve. First come, first serve. And if you're not a member yet, go over to Well, you can just go over to tarotbiz.com and right there at the top, you saw in the header section, they call that the hero section of the website, that there's a join us button. And that'll take you right where you can join. But there's some great package deals if you want, if you're already a professional reader, you want certification and membership at a huge discount together. You'll find that on the fall page, tarotbiz.com/fall. And also my course. You can either get $100 off one. So instead of $299, it's $199. Or if you want to make payments, 3 payments of 67. Yeah, can't beat it. Can't beat it with a stick. So we need to get out of here. Thanks for being on here with me, Ellie.
You join.
Awesome. And gonna say goodbye to everybody. Thanks everybody for being in the chat room. And remember, we'll be on next Saturday and Sunday. See you then.
Hi, everyone.